let me get to this side of my table, and I hope I'm clear tonight. I hope everything is clear and you're not too far away. I hope you can see, and I hope you can hear me. I realized the other night when I was on, it seems like I'm doing good with the voice, like I don't have to project my voice too much. I realized it sounded like I was shouting. But anyways, welcome to CJ's Live, and if it's your first time being here, please like, share, and subscribe. And I want to say welcome. Tonight, I'm about to do a Bailey's, to show you how I make my Bailey's bread pudding. It's called Rocky Bailey's bread pudding, and I'm gonna do it from scratch. Here I have my bread, right? I use Ardo bread. These bread are out of Jamaica, giant bread, real Ardo bread. This was one of my favorite bread in Jamaica. I either use these or I use what they call not Captain Bakery. No, I'm just throwing people's name out there. I hope I don't get sued for throwing their names out there. But you see the big Jamaican flag on this one? Jamaica, what you said? Right? Golden Cross. I normally would use the Golden Cross bread or these. The Golden Cross bread is a little thicker than these. But it's the same Ardo. It's Ardo but pre-sliced. And so I want to show you, I hope you can see. I want to show you what I do from scratch while doing this. Right? So here, oh gosh, I have a big kitchen, you all, but small, not a space, which is crazy that I have such a big kitchen and not a lot of space. So this is butter, right? And for some reason, I know I was gonna do this tonight, but I had forgotten to take the butter out the refrigerator. Should I have a trash pan right here? So I'm gonna go in here and get some butter out. Got a big knife, see that? So it's not really so hard. And this I don't weigh, but this is how I do my bread pudding. I have a video out, but you know. And one other thing I forgot to do was to get my mask. Oh, I do have some mask in here. I'm gonna go get a mask. I'm gonna go get a mask because this is a mask production, and I need to cover my, okay? So I do have some mask here in my kitchen on my table. See, I have mask. Well prepared. I'm well prepared, man. I'm well prepared. I'm well prepared. So let's just get that on. Feel like it's upside down. Alright, let me just take these off for a second. I just fixed my mask and I hope you all can still hear me. And I'll just put my hand back into the glove. And that's fine. Huh? Okay, I think I'll take it back away. Alright, so here I have butter. I think I might need some butter because I have 4 bread, okay? I have 4 bread. And like I said, if you are here for the first time, thanks for being here. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you for subscribing. And I want to say please like, share, and subscribe if you've not done so as yet. Set your notification because I'm going to be coming on here. I hope I'll get the chance to come on here more. So in this is the butter. And in the butter, I'm not measuring you all. I'm sorry, I don't always use your measurement, but you can just use your own, you know, judgment and see how much of this you want to put in. So I'm going in with some mixed spice. Basically the same thing that I put in my cake, I'm going to put in this pudding. I have mixed spice. I have nutmeg. And I have cinnamon. But if I only know where I have, oh, it's right here. And I have cinnamon. And cinnamon, I tend to use a little extra cinnamon. You know. Cinnamon is the one with the more, oh, why is this? What's going on? What's going on? Let me see. Something's happening here. What is this saying? iCloud terms and conditions to use iCloud on not now. I'm sorry about that. Something had come up on the phone. Hi, welcome to CJ's Kitchen Live. Let me know if you're hearing me. Okay, something just came up that I don't even know what that was about, but iCloud and all them. Something clouds, I don't understand what those are and what those are for. Okay, so before I put my glove back on, let me get the salt. I had forgotten the salt. We can't do no baking without salt. As much as one would say, oh, watch your salt intake. Yeah, you watch your salt intake, but to bake without salt, please let me know if you're still hearing me. There was a call coming in. Let me know if you're okay, let me see. Somebody, please, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Visible. Let me know if you can hear me so I can get back. Okay, well, I had put it on airplane mode that if there's a call coming in, it would not, but for some reason. Okay, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, CJ. Thanks for oh, yeah, you hear me? Thank God. Thank God. All right. Okay, so let's get back to the matter at hand. Welcome to CJ Live. So if you have seen, I had put some spices in my butter. So this is butter with spices, and I had put some salt in it. So I'm just gonna mix in those spices in the butter. So I'm gonna mix that thoroughly. Just spices in the butter. And this is start doing everything right here. So I've not done anything yet. I've not whipped the eggs yet. Oh, you want to know what I'm making? Or you just coming on? What are you making? Okay. I'm making Bailey's bread pudding. And I call it Rocky Bailey's bread pudding. This pudding I also do in, if you've seen my, if you've seen on my short, at some point point, you would have seen me have some bottles with which is bread pudding. I use them as favors at like birthday parties and stuff. I think I want to go in this with some more spices. So like I said, you can use your judgment to how much you want in there. But I'm going to go in with some more spices, preferably cinnamon and mixed spice. So I get those spices into the butter and I mix it in. And this is butter with spices, right? There's cinnamon, nutmeg, mixed spice, and salt in this. And it's butter. And you know butter already has some form of salt. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place here. My table seems extra small tonight. I don't know what's going on. I got all kind of containers and everything out. So this is what I do. I butter my bread. And I'm not stingy with the butter either. Ooh. I'm really not stingy with this butter. I mean, if you're trying to be on a diet, you don't want to eat so much butter. But guess what? Once in a while, you want to indulge in something. And trust me, when these are done, if you use these for party favors, if you make them at a party, they can last for a very long time. So I remember my 50th birthday party, I made some. And I had them for a long time. Then I'm just going to go in and cube them. I had it for like a year. Over a year I opened one. And trust, it was so like well cured by then. So I'm just going to cut these, cube these. And I have my big pan in front of me as usual, right? My jumbo pan, right? So I'll put them in there. I'm gonna just throw those out. By this now I kind of have butter on everything. And it's okay, you don't have to do it neatly. I mean, I'm wearing a gloves. It's kind of messy because it's butter. So, but you don't have to neat and fine the bread like, oh, place this here or place this there. But yeah, I was telling you how this is such a good good party favor to use. One young lady last year, she ordered 70 of these. And that was the one I used in that reel. She wanted 70 bottle, 8 ounces bottle. You know how much bread I had to do to make 70 party favors. But these, some people order these for their Christmas. They like them on Christmas time as well. And having a slice of this along with some ice cream on a plate. Oh, woo. But like I said, it's Bailey's. I don't use regular milk. I don't use milk. I don't use, the only form of milk product that's using it is the Irish cream. We call it rum cream, but it's basically Irish cream. And one would say Irish cream is a woman's drink, but this one, men like it as well. So I was telling you, the young lady ordered them for her party, and she said in the middle of everything she had to hide them because people were just like, once they tasted it, they were taking them off the shelf. She had to pick them up, ask somebody to pick them up and hide them, so she could be able to give to persons that she wanted to give to. And I know the video is gonna be a little long, and if you can't stay, you can always come back and watch it. You know, but I hope you do stay. I hope you don't get sleepy. I'm gonna come and look at the question in a second. Give me 1 second, I'll come and look at your question because I can't see it from so far. This is just one bread, and I'm already gone through the butter. So with this and the way it's done, you will not miss the spices in it, right? Because each slice has the butter spice, the spice butter on it. It's like doing, you know, you do garlic butter, but this is spice butter. But I'll come and, I'm looking at something. And my table is clean, so even if something falls on the tablecloth, it's fine. It's just plastic table cover that I put on before I start. Okay, let me see. CJ, I just reached over here. Here, just saw your message on WhatsApp. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I was sending out. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you've not subscribed yet, just share so others can see. I mean, you do have a lot of people who want to learn to make something different, you know? And not having to buy stuff all the time. I have people reaching out to me, even from my cake video, saying thanks for sharing the recipe and how I do it. And you are so welcome. I know not everyone will share their recipe, but it don't matter because there's so many different times I do different things with my cake, right? And it's okay. Not everybody can afford a whole cake or a cake for their family. The cake might be too small and they have a big family. It's okay, they'll need to can learn how to make it for themselves. And even if you watch somebody doing it and you want to change something for the flavor, get a different flavor for yourself, that's something you can do. I use Bailey's to make these. But guess what? You can make, if you don't do alcohol and you want to use milk, you can do that. You don't have to necessarily use Bailey's like I do, because I use Bailey's and I use wine. And if I have white rum, I'll put some in there. I don't have any white rum tonight. So, and maybe I'll get one tomorrow. But here, they're raising up the stuff so much, man. Everything's going up. The prices are getting so ridiculous. A bottle of Bailey's is now like $35 for the smallest one. I think Costco is the place that sells the cheapest Bailey's, but not all Costco does alcohol stuff. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna watch me cut all the bread. Because I gotta do it like this. This is how I do it, and it's 4 bread, and this is my second bread. I'm sorry if you need to get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, you can do so. You can get yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. You can run an errand and come back. Just come back before I start doing the other stuff. Because I gotta cut the whole 4 bread and do it step by step so you can see what I'm doing, right? So this is just that part of it where I do this. And this is just to get the spice in the whole thing. I know it's basically on both sides of the bread. I would love for you to taste this when it's done. If you find that you have some bread and stuff in your house right now and you want to join me and make one, go right ahead. Get some bread, get some butter, get some spices, and start buttering your bread, just like what I'm doing. All right, get bread, get spices, and you can start. It's all about getting some, it's like having bread and butter. Okay, I'm not sure if there's another question or, oh, somebody said they're waiting. Let me see. Oh, Sister Edna, you waiting? Oh, you're waiting to see what's happening? Okay. All right. You can have a cup of tea while you wait. I wouldn't suggest drinking coffee now because then you might not fall asleep tonight. So. And this, I'm just setting it, and then I'm going to put it, let it sit till tomorrow morning and have it soak. So that the liquid that will go on it will soak the bread. And I won't necessarily I won't put it in the refrigerator. It won't go bad because, like I said, it's not milk. And if you know, alcohol already has its own preservative. I might not do the whole 4 bread. I might only do 3. Wherever the butter stops, and I feel like it's gonna stop on 3. Okay. Feel free to ask a question if you have one. Even though I can't see from so far. I'm sorry. I'll have to come over in a second. I'll answer your question in a second. All right, let me see what it is. Next time, prep before. I know, right? No. You know why I couldn't prep before? Because I want you to see. Oops, that's not what I needed to do. I wanted you to see what I was doing. So I wouldn't have prepped before. I have everything right here. But I didn't want to prep before. I definitely did that purposely. Not to prep before. Because I wanted you to see how it's done. I don't just want to come on here and say, oh, I'm making a bread pudding, or, you know, I'm doing a Bailey's bread pudding. I wanted you to see what I was doing. The only thing I probably should have done before, I wish I had done before, was to break the eggs. Because I'm going to have to break the eggs. And it's 2 dozen eggs. That's the only thing. I probably should have done that before, I tell you. But I wanted you to see how I did this, okay? And some of this bread pudding is going to Jamaica as well. All who in Jamaica want some bread pudding, put your hands up. Some is coming to Jamaica. And Merry Christmas, you all. Merry Christmas. And I do pray, you know, all your endeavors will come through for the year 2024. As well, wish the same for myself. But I do hope and pray you all are having a wonderful season. Just stay prayed up, stay blessed. Continue trusting God for all that He has in store for you. And I'm also taking my own advice as well. Because every now and then we need a little encouragement, right? Every now and then we need a little encouragement. Some people break their bread, like, you know, they'll just break it to make their bread pudding. But this is a special and a different kind of bread pudding. Like this would be too much for me to be breaking. Plus, it has the butter on it. So it wouldn't be... I'm tempted to eat some of this bread and butter. But I need not to. I need not to. What I will do, I'm just going to finish this one bread. And later on, I might just add the other one. Just so you will see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to cut this into... I'm going to cut this. I'm going to leave the other bread and add it to the mix later. Right? I'm going to have to do some more butter. But I'll add it to the mix later. Okay? Alrighty then. I hope this heat don't come on. It sounds like the heat is getting ready to come on and that thing is so loud. Any more questions for me? There's a question for me again. I gotta walk back over there. Can a live be shared? Like, you know, our live is shared on Facebook. Can a live be shared on YouTube? That if somebody wants to talk and ask questions. Alright, so this is the last couple of slices that's left on this one. So let's just finish this. And then I'll go in with my eggs. Okay. What's your favorite piece of sourdough bread? This is mine. The end of the bread. The end of the bread is my favorite piece. All right, so this is a high pile. You can just sink it down a bit. You know, back in the day when you have a piece of sourdough bread and a cup of hot chocolate for Christmas breakfast. Ooh, Christmas morning. Or whichever morning they give you some Although bread and chocolate tea. And when you dip the bread in that chocolate, we call it chocolate tea, but it's hot chocolate. You gotta dip the bread in it. Ooh. I remember those days. I had one of those enamel cups. Who had some of those enamel cups? Let me come see question again. So you are preparing the mixture now and bake. Yes. So tomorrow it will go into the oven. Yeah. Who had one of those enamel cups? I had a blue one. I think my sister had a red one. We had gotten some enamel cups from overseas, I think, when I was a kid. And I had the blue, my sister had the red. Because they would come in different colors. Who remember that? They would come in different colors. Oh my goodness. And if that cup now gets a hole in it, you start drinking through the hole. Not sharing mine when I get it. Can't wait. You're not sharing yours. Okay. Not sharing yours when you get it. Alright. Yeah, so. Alright, let me put the eggs in this thingy. I'm still here. Yeah, when the cups get a hole in it, you start, once the thing is cool, or if it has a hole, they'll probably use a piece of bread and patch it. You know? Just keep the piece of bread on the thing. I'm just going to wash these off real quick. Just keep the piece of bread and, break the bread and stuff the hole in the teacup, or a piece of banana or something. What a piece of food, so it wouldn't leak. Oh my God! Oh, remember those days? And the enamel cups and the enamel plates. Oh wow, those were the days, I tell you. Remember. All right, let me just give this a quick wash. I'm coming. I hope I don't break down, because I would have washed them one at a time. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay. So here we're going to now break the eggs into a pan. I'm just going to reuse this. I'll break the eggs. I think you all know what the eggs look like. Alright, let's move this out the way. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to move fast. Not all the time you try to move fast is the best thing, you know. Because sometimes you move fast, you get in more trouble than if you just take your time and go through, right? So I'm just going to take my time and go through. And just say thank you for staying. Thank you for sticking and staying, right? All right. I need a container. Let me get a container from here. And then, I kind of like to break my eggs and pour. Because there you go. The first thing that happens, I get a piece of eggshell in it. So you want to break them in something first. Then pour them in this one. And this is just eggs, y'all. This is 2 dozen eggs. And they're large eggs. And in this egg, I'm going to put some lime juice as well. Because the lime juice don't just work as a kind of stiffening agent. The lime juice also work as a neutralizer for the smell of the egg, right? It helps to neutralize the smell. Also, one of the things somebody might say, why don't you take the eyes out the egg? You know that little white part, they said they call it the eye. They said that's the eye of the egg, and that's where it has the smell, the raw smell. When I use my mixer, it wraps around the mixer. I don't know if you all knew that, but the blade of the mixer helped to take those eyes out. The eyes wrap themselves around the mixer. So then when I break like 5 dozen or 6 dozen eggs, the mixer actually helps me to remove those eyes. So then I don't have to stay here and be using a fork to take out 15 dozen eyes from the eggs. So I'm just using like 2 dozen eggs, like I said. I don't know. It's very hard for me to break eggs. Is it hard for you to break? I mean, I can just drop an egg and it break. But to do this, some people just put the egg in their hand and go like this, and it opens in their hand, like it just opens in two. Like I have to knock it 2-3 times sometimes to break one egg. And then I have, my hand is clean, so I'm just taking just a bit of the thing here that kind of got away. There we go. We just got one little piece of salad, just a little piece. And that is why we kind of break them separately. Also, we break them separately in case there's a bad egg in it as well. So we tend to do them in a separate container. Break like 2 or 3. And then we'll know if one is bad or if something is in it, we easily get it out. Well, that's 2 dozen eggs already. Alright, so I'm just gonna put some lime juice in this. And you know, sometimes if you have your lime in the refrigerator, especially like I grated the top off of it, I grated it to use in the cake. In order to save the lime, I put them in the refrigerator. Then they tend to get hard. And what I did because they get hard, I put them in some hot water for them to get soft. While with the red flowers on the side. Hot chocolate with the... Oh, you had a white... you had a white cup with the... You had a white cup with the flower on the side. Yeah, that used to be our thing. That used to be our thing. So, here in this cup... You're going to take a towel. Here in this cup, I have the lime. I had some, I had put it in hot water. See, because I grated them the other day. See what happened? Is they get hard when you put them in the refrigerator. So if you have your limes and they're hard, you can pop them in the microwave for a couple of seconds. Even if you buy it and it's hard, you can pop it in the microwave for a couple of seconds and it gets soft. Did you know that? And like I did, I had it in the refrigerator and it got hard. I just put it in the hot water. I put them in hot water and they come back to life, right? So I'm just gonna cut my my lime. I was just using this big old knife over here. I might not need the whole 4 pieces. Let's see. Let's see how much juice is in these. And these are like a very juicy. You know how to juice a lime, right? Yeah. And I keep washing my hands. So it's okay to use your hands. And sometimes it's a little easier to use your hands because then you can tell and remember easier that your hands is cleaner than you touch something with the gloves and it's not clean. And you're still using the gloves, yeah? So let's see this. That's like 1 lime. I might need not a little bit more. I'll just squeeze one more. And one other thing, we don't want to be eating our cake or whatever we are baking, no lime juice in there, and you cut it or you're biting it and you're smelling the eggs. It's a disgusting smell. The smell of egg in your baked product? No. Not nice at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Alright, so one other thing now is, if somebody can help me. Okay. I seem to have put away the blade from my mixer. I seem to have put it away. So you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to use a whip and whip it. Because I know I put them away. I didn't remember to find them just now. Where did I put them? And you can bet I'm looking right at them and not see. Oh, here they are. I know I'm looking right at it and not seeing it. You imagine? And they're right in front of my eyes. All right. Somebody asked me the other day. See, can you see? Somebody asked me the other day about this mixer. Because it's on a stand, right? It's just an Hamilton Beach mixer. Not any special mixer, just a Hamilton Beach mixer. But it came with the stand, and it came with a bowl. It came with a glass bowl, but the bowl broke. Okay, this side always, there we go, lock it in. It came with a bowl like this, and you'd rest it on this. This is how it came with a bowl. This fits right in here. See that fits right in there. I move the butter. I gotta be moving stuff around. I'm sorry. Here I have my babies and stuff that I'm gonna use. So that fits right in there. The bowl that it came with, while it's mixing, it would be turning like that. So it's pretty cool, but the bowl broke and I never got to replace it. So instead I'm not even gonna use that. So I just fit a regular bowl or a pan or something on there and use it. I'm sorry, I hope you can hear me from where I'm at. And that was somebody asking me about the mixer, right? That message for the person that was asking me about the mixer. So I'm just gonna go and I've had this for a while. I don't even know if they still carry it, but I had bought it on Amazon. Just give me 1 minute with this knife. Just gonna take me a minute. I just want to make sure the yolk is broken. Alright, so the yolks are broken. In here, I'm going to go ahead and add my spices. This is almond essence. And as you know, I don't measure anything. This is my yellow stuff. It's called Rosewater Almond. This one is done. But guess what? I have another one. Right? Thank God for my mom. Mom, thank you for these. Then I'm going to go in with my vanilla. Vanilla, Benjamin vanilla. And then I have some mixed essence. So mixed essence, I think would have like stuff like anise and almond and vanilla. It has everything else in it. Caramel coloring and all kind of citric acid and all of them stuff. I guess the citric acid is for like a preservative, right? that work as a preservative. Let me see what else is happening over here. 2 bread and how many eggs? Okay, so I'm actually gonna use 4 bread, right? And this is 2 dozen eggs. Yeah. And like I said, I don't normally measure when I'm doing that, when I'm doing it. So it's, if you see, the pan is almost, see, and it's auto bread. And this is gonna take a lot of liquid. So this probably could have used another dozen eggs, but we'll see. One of the things I normally do too, I normally would mix my sugar in this. The sugar is not easily dissolved in here. But because I'm gonna leave it to soak overnight, I'm just gonna pour the sugar on the thing and it will break down by tomorrow. It will dissolve on its own by tomorrow. Also in here, I'm gonna pour, this is like I said, it's a Bailey's Irish cream bread pudding. Yes, you can. This does help too. It does help to keep it, it does help to preserve it. It does help to preserve it. Oh, thanks for watching. Welcome to CJ's live. And CJ's making Bailey's. We call it rum cream, but it's actually Irish cream, yeah? It's Irish cream. I normally would put some white rum and some wine in it as well. I'm gonna add some Red Label. I don't have no wine tonight, but tomorrow, please thumbs up. Thank you. Thumbs up. But if you want to do thumbs down because you see an issue, just tell me. Add chocolate with the oil on top. Yes. Oh, Lord. Please give me thumbs up. Thank you. And thanks for being here. And if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I do have a video on how I made this. So I'm pouring this in there as well. Like I said, it's a lot of bread. So it's going to take a lot of liquid. So tomorrow, I might get another bottle of this. And I will get another bottle and maybe some rum. And because sometimes you got to wing it, right? You got to wing it. And oh, I didn't need to shake this. This is just Red Label. This feels like a drink, right? This feels like something you could just drink right now, doesn't it? I'm going to leave a little. All right. And I'm just going to... This would be something like an eggnog. You know what I mean? And you see the eyes of the egg is on the blades. The eyes of the eggs, it's on the blades. So I don't worry about I don't worry about the eyes and the eggs and or people talk about it. So I'm gonna go in. All right, so here we have, so you remember I did the bread and it's auto bread. This is auto sliced bread. This is giant bread from Alta JA. And I'm gonna go in with the sugar. I'll move this a little way. And I'll put this right here. And I'm gonna go in. I'm probably gonna use like 4 cups of sugar, okay? I'm probably gonna use 4 cups of sugar. I mean, it's bread. The bread is not like a very sweet thing, right? The bread is not like a very sweet thing. So, even though it's sweet, because it's a pastry. Pastry is sweet. It's not crazy sweet. The Irish cream, which is Baileys, the Baileys is a little sweet. All right, so let me see. And like I normally do, I just judge my stuff. So if I put 4 cups of sugar on there and I feel like, oh, I might feel like, oh, it needs more. If I'm putting the sugar in there and I got to 3 cups, I might feel like, and I'm sorry that I cannot give measurement, but that is how I bake. And if you want measurement, I probably would have to go sit and work it out for you. But for me, I kind of just wing. I kind of just wing the things as I do it. Because right now, in my mind, I'm only seeing 3 cups of sugar. You understand? So there, that's 3 cups of sugar, okay? And I'm going to go in this, and I'm going to pour my Baileys mixture. And this is Baileys and eggs, and it smells so good, yeah? It'd be like a nutmeg, not nutmeg, it would be like a, what do they call it? Eggnog. Be like an eggnog with Baileys and stuff. So this is definitely going to need some more juice. But for tonight, I'm just going to use what I have, right? And that's that. So tomorrow, first thing, because it's too late now. Like I said, I don't use milk and I don't use water. Tomorrow I'll just pour, because when I put it in the oven, see? When I put it in the oven, or if it's not soaked properly, but just, it has enough in it. But tomorrow I want to get some more and just pour in. So you just mix this. Oh, something else is missing. What do you think is missing? Looky here. For this one, I'm just chopping because I need the chunks in there, but I don't need like a whole cherry in it. You know what I mean? I do see some whole cherry in it. Okay. So this is fruits that was soaking. Oh, it's too, see? It's not blended like finely blend. Ooh, this is supposed to come up, but for some reason it won't come up. It's not finely blended, it's just chopped. You see bits and pieces in there? So, we are going to go in and just pour that in. I didn't blend it like when I'm doing a cake. It takes a little more blending to it. But this is mostly chopped, because I still want some of the fruits in it. I hope it didn't get too okay. Sorry, let me just put some of these things away. All right. We're gonna go back in here. So there we go. And as you, if you realize, it's just the, and if you check my page out, you would have seen what a picture of a Bailey's bread pudding look like, because I do have it on there. All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna, just a little wine that was left, and as you know, Red Label wine, that's that. So by tomorrow, this would have been soaked, and it would soak up all the, so I'm trying to get all the bread in it, and it's called Rocky Bailey's bread pudding. And I call it Rocky because it's not soft. It's not that soft bread pudding, you know, everybody else make, where, you know, when you, it's mushy. Because a lot of people don't like bread pudding because it's so mushy. When I do this, it's not that soft and mushy. It has a texture to it. It has like a thicker, see? Oh God, this looks edible already. And you do have this with, you can have it with ice cream. You can have it with a drink. I made some last year, and someone said there was too much rum in it. And because of that, I kind of held off on the white rum this year. Because not everybody like it. It can it can intoxicate you. And when I'm done, I normally, once it's baked, just like what we do with the cake, I normally pour some Baileys over it. And in this, we got raisin, we got prunes, we got cherries, we got mixed peel. All the stuff that you put in your fruit cake. So you see? Can you see it? It smells heavenly. That's all I can say. It smells heavenly. So tonight, I'm just gonna, what I'll do with this now, I'll get back my spatula. I'll get back my spatula, and then I'll show you how the end stuff is. And I'll just kind of put it down in there. So we don't want to waste anything, okay? We don't want to waste anything. So I'm not even going to use the other bread, because this should be enough. I should be able to get maybe six 5-pound loaves. 6 5-pound loaves from this. I'm just going to cover it. I tell you, everything in my kitchen is big. I have an industrial kitchen. I have the big foil, very big foil. This is a 150 square feet file. I have big pans. I have and I'm just gonna clean up my kitchen in a little bit, but for now, oh, I don't want to mess up another towel, but for now, you've seen how it works. Hi, okay. Hi, Rose. Good night. Good night. Rose out of Jamaica. Oh, Shar, say good night, Rose from Jamaica. Rose, you're late, man. Or did you get to see? Oh, we did that mix just now. So, you know, that was me doing, oh gosh. Ooh, I can breathe now. Yeah. Yeah, that was me making Rocky Bailey's bread pudding. I just did that mix. And I hope you did enjoy. You guys did enjoy watching that. Please like, share, and subscribe to my page. I know it's Christmas season and everybody's baking. You have people who just trying for the first time. You have some young women who might have just gotten married and they want to bake for their husband or their family. Some might have just come into a Jamaican family and realize that, listen, do you put cinnamon and nutmeg or mixed spice in it? Yeah. You weren't here. Where were you, girl? Yes. It has cinnamon, nutmeg, mixed spice, cinnamon, mixed spice, nutmeg. And those three things, along with some salt, went into the butter to butter the bread. If you weren't here when I just started, you can go back and watch the video over. Would do me a great favor watching it over. And then for the liquid spices, we had vanilla. And it's so funny because this one, which is mixed essence, basically has all those stuff in it. You know, it has a bunch of different stuff in it, but it smells really good. And I think Rose, was it you said you had some of this in your stock at home? Yeah, this is straight out of Jamaica. My mom, see, it still have the plastic over it. And when she buys them, she buy more than one. So this one just finished, so I still have this. So this is in there. And almond essence. So it's a combination of all these things. So you never made bread pudding before? You can watch and make this one. How I learned how to make this particular bread pudding, and it wasn't with Bailey's. It wasn't with Bailey's. I came up with the thought. It just came, put Bailey's in there instead of milk. I was doing a course at B&E Catering, and if you're from Jamaica and Kingston, you would have known B&E Catering. I actually started at school. I didn't get to finish for whatever reason. I didn't even get to do the baking class, but for some reason we did this one day and it just stuck with me, and I just add some other stuff to it and did it and make it my own, and it's been my own for a while. And how I make it. Yeah, Sharon, you've tried it, and if you I don't know how to share videos and stuff on here, but if you look on my video, you would have seen there is a video, a short, where it's showing how I do them in bottles, and they're for favors, for parties and stuff. So if you're doing a party and you would like to have some of these, they're baked in the bottles. They're baked in the bottles. What I do, I put them. So when I go to put this in the oven, I have water in the oven, just like when I'm baking the cake. I keep it at a low temperature, maybe 300. And you know, everybody's oven is different. So, and one other thing I forget to say the other night, the fruit cake, when you're baking your fruit cake, don't do the oven too high. Your cake is gonna crack either way. A cake is gonna crack, a cake is gonna crack. Sometimes they come back together, sometimes they don't. And a fruit cake, it's gonna crack. Don't feel bad if your cake cracks. Some people make it look like, oh, if your cake crack is a crime. No, it's not. If your cake crack, I bake fruit cake every year, they crack. Sometimes they come back together. Sometimes they will come back together with a little crack. Sometimes them just crack. What am I gonna do? It's still edible. It's not going down your stomach hole anyways. So, but don't keep your oven on high, because your oven too high will cause your cake to burn and not bake in the middle, because the middle is where everything kind of take place, you know. When you're baking, your cake kind of come from the sides to the middle, you know what I mean? So you want to make sure, and that's why when we test our cake, we test the middle. We don't test the side, we test the middle. And once the middle is good, the cake is good to go. So yeah, and I do that too with the bread pudding. Does not take a very long time to bake, but you still want to have it soak. You still, when you put your tester, knife, or whatever in it, it comes out dry. It don't come out with the softness on it, because it can, even though it's bread and you feel like it come together, it can not bake in the middle just the same. Remember, you have egg in it, so you want to make sure your egg is cooked. Even though, you know, once egg kind of start getting hot and everything, it comes together. And that's what all your bread putting together. Listen, I don't want to eat none of this thing when it finished baking, but I really would want to show you how it works. But Sam is gonna go to Jamaica. I also have a young lady who tested it for the first time. I ship it to her, and there's a video with her reviewing it as well. So it's good stuff. So you can try that. If you don't take alcohol, then you can use your milk. Yeah, so your oven is 270. Some oven is different. Like my oven is very quick oven because it's a new oven. And with a new oven, it tends to be hotter. So if you know your oven, it's very hard to go bake in somebody else's oven because you might bake here on 250 and over somebody's house, you got to bake on 300. It depends. It's just like my microwave. My microwave is not fast at all. I don't really like it. Although, and you have other microwave, you put something in and on a minute and it's bubbling over. Mine, you have to put it on 5 to bubble over, and it's a new microwave. So it depends. Just watch your stuff, set the timing, yeah, but make sure you watch it. And it's kind of good to know your oven. So you said you bake yours at 270 and put it at 2. Yes, so I will start my oven at 325, and by the time we get to like a half an hour or so, I take it down to like 275. Or I won't go 200. I go 275 and leave it, especially when I'm baking in the night and you know me want sleep. So I put it, and it takes a longer time to bake, but it's a better baking process for your cake. The when you slow bake and let it stay for a while, always put your water in the oven as well. Put a thing of water in the bottom or whatever, and have it you don't want to put it on top of your thing either, because it will boil up, and next thing it boil up and boil over. And don't put too much water in the pan for it to boil over and boil on your cake. So you put it under the bottom, and the steam goes up and steam your cake, and it's called a water bath for your cake. I do the same thing when I bake these. Sometimes what I do, especially if in the pan, I put it, when I do the bottle ones, I put water in the tray, like like a big baking tin, and then put them in it, right? I have like a 16 square baking tin. Like I said, everything in my house is huge. So yeah, and I'll put them in it and then put water in it, and then put because it's bottles, so I'll put them in the water and have them steam in there so they don't burn, the sides don't burn, and the bottles are safe in that. So that's when I'm doing it in the bottles, I put them, like, they have the mason jars, those thick mason jars. Yeah, you can bake in those, but make sure you put them in on a tray or something with water before you put them in the oven. Right? What else? It's 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10 something. So this is gonna sit here. It's gonna sit here, and tomorrow, I don't know if I might be able to do a video where I can post how I finally put them in the pans and put them in the microwave. And you see that bread over there? I'm about to make myself a hot cup of tea, a hot chocolate, and have a slice of the end. I'm gonna have the bread end. I'm gonna have the bread end of the bread. I have some hot chocolate, and I'm gonna do that. Right, so I'm gonna say my good night, and thanks for watching again. Thanks for coming over here. And like I said, I'm gonna try and make this a regular thing where I can come over here and bake, and we share some of the things I'm gonna start baking I have no idea about. So we're gonna learn how to do them together. I will do it from a bake book, from a book recipe. I will try to follow the recipes. The thing with doing recipes, that you have to go buy these different stuff, especially if it's not like you need regular vanilla on these things. you're gonna have to get, especially I see one in there named Mango Bango. That's the first thing I want to make. That's the first thing I want to make is something called a Mango Bango. I didn't even look at the recipe yet to see what it requires, but I'm definitely gonna do that. Can I cover the cake with foil paper when baking? I wouldn't suggest you cover your cake because foil paper is gonna sweat, and that thing sweat is gonna put water in your cake. The thing how they used to steam cake, they used to cover the cake. You see, like these pans, let me show you, they used to use. Oh, like these pans. Back in the day, they would put this. Back in the day, they would put the cake in this and cover it, then put it in a thing of water. Honestly, I was a kid. I don't even remember because I'm thinking, wouldn't water go in this? Unless what they would do, they would put the water like right here instead of cover the pan or make it submerge into the thing. But then they would steam it. But then too, they used to use parchment paper, and I think that's where the parchment paper or the wax paper would come in, because they probably would cover it with the parchment paper, then put the top on it so it wouldn't sweat, because you're not putting water in your fruit cake. So I wouldn't suggest covering a cake. I don't know if anybody who covered their cake, if I'm wrong and somebody else does that, let me know. But to me, the top is gonna sweat. The foil, you know, foil paper sweat a lot. Foil paper sweat a lot, and I think that's why people use it to steam rice and stuff like that, because it would sweat and put steam on in the rice. So no, me not think so. Me not think so, Rose. I'm not about to cover it. I don't think so. Yeah, no foil paper over your cake, sweetie. It's fine being open. The only time I know of that, like I said, is when they used to steam on stove top. And I'm actually packaging cakes, you all. I'm packaging. Cakes are going out. So I'm packaging. I got some over here. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wish you all the best in your baking, all the best for the 2024, and wish that you have a Merry Christmas and that your cake turn out nice and your family will enjoy it and you will feel good about baking for your family. All right, so I'm gonna say good night and I'm gonna go, and I'll see you another day, another hour, and maybe from a different kitchen. Who knows which kitchen I'll be in next, but I'll be baking. Bye. Have a wonderful night. All right. God bless.